So you got to play in the 2019 wild card with the Nationals. Do you rely on that experience to help you prepare for tomorrow, or do you approach tomorrow just totally different since it's a different team for matchup?
There's definitely experience. I think you draw on all your postseason experiences, especially in elimination games as well. That it's one game. You win or go home, and every pitch, you're always on pins and needles in these situations, and you just got to be calm, cool, and collected, and go out there and execute, and go out there and just pitch your best and pitch your game.
Would you say that there's, I don't think frustration is the right word, but is there a little bit of fire under this team having to be in a situation with 106 wins and playing in the wild card?
No. Look, you have to win your division. We didn't win our division. There's no crying in baseball. So we're in second place. We're in the wild card game.
Max, how did you prepare for this, knowing that you could possibly have pitched in the game yesterday? How did you sort of manage balance between preparing for yesterday in case there was a game and tomorrow?
Yeah, was preparing for, had to, through my bullpen in order to be able to throw a 163, and then obviously when that didn't happen, just came in yesterday and just got off the mound and threw a couple pitches off the mound to keep my feel. So I was ready for either scenario.
Max, I don't know if you're obviously familiar with the history of between these teams. How intense is going to be this wild card?
When you have two teams that, when you get in these situations, 90 feet is there's a premium on every 90 feet on both sides of the ball. The ball always seems to find a way to have weird bounces in these situations. You get in these games and something happens. You just got to be ready for it. You can't ride the emotional roller coaster because there's going to be some unbelievable highs and some unbelievable lows, and you just got to ride through it knowing that you got to be consistent and just go out there and play good baseball and never let the situation get to you. Always just worry about the next pitch no matter what's just happened.
Go ahead, Dylan. Max, what do you take of what happened in your two previous starts, and how confident are you that those are things that you've been able to iron out and won't carry into tomorrow?
Yeah, I kind of got a little out of whack and of how I was delivering the baseball. First off, let me give credit to both the Rockies and the Padres. They both put great at-bats against me. And, for me, facing the Padres, I was the fifth time facing the Padres. So I wasn't fooling them anymore. They knew everything that I was going to throw at them. And so, I still think there was things I was doing that I wasn't getting the ball to the locations I needed to. I wasn't locating, with all my pitches. And so, when I'm off with a couple of pitches, then, it just opens up holes in my game to where when I do make mistakes, they get burnt. So, saying that, I was able to, look at the video, come up with a good plan of what I wanted to do, attack mechanically for me, what I see. Worked on it over the past week, and the ball feels really good coming out of my hand. And now it's just go out there and compete. It's postseason. Anything can happen.
Kershaw spoke about how winning last year kind of, you felt like a burden kind of come off your shoulders. I was wondering, after you won in 19, did you experience any of that at all? And has that changed at all how you maybe feel about the playoffs or think about it, the playoffs as you go into them?
Yeah, there's definitely, when you win a championship, that's a lifelong dream. So to having won a championship, that, I can always say I can check that box. But you just learn from that experience. As much as awesome it was to be able to win one, you definitely want to win it again. And that's what you play the game for, is to be able to win the World Series. It starts tomorrow, and we have to win tomorrow. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So it's going to have to take an incredible effort in order to be able to get through this first game.
I think after Sunday, Trey said he can tell Max is mad already. When it comes to that win-or-go-home situation that you're coming into, do you feel internally the intensity ramp up a notch?
Yeah. What's at stake. You know the schedule. You know everything that's going on. Nothing's surprising anybody. At some point in time, everybody, this team, we're all going to get challenged, and you're going to be in a situation where you're in a win or die situation. And so you got to go out there and just play confidently. I've been in these situations before. I've been on both sides of the coin, how it comes out of it. You just got to go out there and compartmentalize everything and just stick with your game plan and stay within the moment and never try to get too high or too low within the moment.
Go ahead, Dave. Next, trying to chase down the Giants the last homestand, do you feel like those were sort of playoff games, and do you feel like the team played more of a sense of urgency in the last 6 games going into this game?
I can't say that, I can't agree with your assessment saying we're playing with more urgency. No, we were always playing with urgency. We were trying to win every single game. The only thing I can maybe attest to that is the benefit of that is, it kept everybody in rhythm. All the hitters had their ABs, getting in rhythm. All the pitchers, we had to make all of our pitches, and we couldn't just excuse it, an outing. We needed to win every single game, and so just that level of intent, of playing a game that's meaningless, and maybe kind of going through the motions because it's meaningless. First, hey, look, we had to win all those games. Unfortunately, we didn't, and came up 1 game short against the Giants, but. Going into a postseason, so much is about rhythm and how you're playing and the momentum you have as a team. And so, you look over the past, kind of week, 10 days of how we've been playing. We've been playing really good baseball. So, with all that said, you can kind of throw all that out the window because, the Cardinals were doing the same thing as well.
Go ahead, Beth.
Adam was in here and he said a few years ago he made changes to his diet and some different things, and he still feels like a pretty young fellow. What changes or concessions have you made to age?
Some. I mean, you got to listen to your body more on different things of how you're training, what feels good, what doesn't. I can't say I've really made too many changes. I mean, I try to eat healthy. I can't say I'm the healthiest eater, but I try to avoid the bad. I try to avoid the sugar, but. No, I mean, you just got, for me, it's just listen to your body. Listen to what your body says, how your body feels, and train the hardest you can, given what your body's at, and for every given day of the season.
Go ahead, Ellen.
Hey, Max, when the Dodgers were obviously a very good team already, but when they got you on the top, surrounding them was that they got you for moments like this. They got you to help put them over the top. And I'm wondering, is that sort of an urgency that you felt? Was that a motivating factor for you when you came over? And is that anything that you sort of think about when you're approaching games like this?
From my perspective, look, we're here to win. You're going to be in so many different situations in the playoffs. So many different things happen within the playoffs if you end up winning a championship, and so many different guys are going to have to contribute. And so when you're in this situation, it's just next man up. Whoever's turn it is to get the ball in the situation, you go out there and you do your job, and then it's the next guy up. And you just play good team baseball, and that's what it takes. It takes all 25, 26 guys to be able to go out there and play at their best. And no matter what happens, whether it's an injury or something fluke happens, that somebody's going to have an opportunity to be able to shine. And so you have to have the confidence within your team and have the chemistry to know that everybody's beaten to the same drum and goes out there and performs at their best.
Go ahead, Barry.
Hey, Max, any thoughts on the playoff format? Do you think it should be expanded? Do you like it the way it is? What's your feeling about it?
I mean, first and foremost, the playoff format we have in baseball right now, I love it. Like, you got to win your division. It kept us and the Dodgers, or us and the Giants, playing as hard as we possibly could all the way to the last game of the season. Yet, we had the best records in baseball. And you had teams at the bottom, that were trying to fight in for the wild card. So, when you look at the league as a whole, everybody was really competitive all the way to the end. So, the format works. The format. It can, obviously keeps everybody on edge and keeps everybody trying to win all the way to the end. As your question relates to expanded playoffs, that's a question that's really we're going to have to ask ourselves. Are there extra teams that missed the playoffs this year that as a league that we felt like that should be in the playoffs because they really do have a chance to be able to win the World Series? That's a question. We as in Major League Baseball players in the game have to ask ourselves and really think about that question hard because we already have a good playoff system.
What did you think of the expansion last year? Obviously, the whole year was an anomaly, but that first week of the 8th series was a lot of fun. What did you think of that?
Personally, I didn't like it because when you just bring the baseball into a 3-game series and you could be the best team and your season comes down to a 3-game series, I don't like that format going forward for a 162-game season. I understand we had to do that for 2020, but if you were to apply that format for 2021 and say, all right, you know, even for the Giants or Dodgers or whoever, you know, like whatever the best teams in baseball, hey, you did great, but now your season's down to 3 games. I don't think that's right. So I think there's other formats available that we could possibly look at if we do want to go down and expand the playoffs. But at the same time, you have to be cognizant of that. We have a playoff format that works, and it works pretty well.
Thank you.
Max, the Dodgers have not lost a start that you've made since coming over here. Going into a game that is win or go home, is that any sort of confidence booster for you?
You kind of throw all streaks, all stats, everything out the window. It's the playoff baseball. Anything can happen. I've seen baseball, some crazy things happen when you get into October baseball. So all that stuff doesn't matter. It literally just matters to go out there and play your best baseball and and you need the whole team to play the best baseball. That's the only way you win these games.
Max, you've been such a good fit since coming over. What is it about this team that you feel has just worked so well for you?
It's really the group that they have here. You know, just the coaches, you know, the staff, you know, the veterans, the young guys, and the chemistry they already had before I stepped foot in here. You know, they won the World Series last year for a reason. They have a good clubhouse here. And so obviously when Trey and I were able to come in here, we were able to just blend in because of the clubhouse and the chemistry that already existed. And the fact that we've kind of known each other across the years of playing against the Dodgers so many times. And so, you know, we just came in here with a win first attitude, and that's what this organization's about. So that's what made it so easy.